Well, here we go. It's Thursday, April 22nd, and didn't even have to do no owl hooting. Had a couple owls put on a show for us, and we got some gobbling going on. Just trying to get on them now, pinpoint them. Doesn't sound like they're on us, but they might work this way. Got a gobbler right off the road. He's fammering pretty good. So I'm gonna try to get on his backside right here and call a little bit. He's hammering. So we'll see what happens. All right. Alright, so this is where my inexperience kicks in. I had that time firing back to a couple of my calls. I had a crow fly over us, and he was hammering back to that crow. I called a few more times, he hammered back, and then nothing. I'm on top of a little ridge right here, and it shows that it dips off right about 30 to 40 yards in front of me. It dips off into a valley, and it sounded like he was probably on the farther end of that valley. But every time he would gobble, it sounded like he was a little closer each time. And it's just not knowing what to do now. I mean, the sun's hitting that decoy. I figured that he could see it if he came up and looked. But it's just so hard because when they top that ridge, you almost got to be able to see him too. So, and it's been about 15 minutes since he last gobbled, and I've called a few more times. I'm not getting any responses, so I don't know. It's good to have that confrontation though. Love hearing that sound, man. I don't think that'll ever get old. But I had gave up on this bird and was getting ready to walk back to the truck, and I decided just to walk over here and call a little bit. Then the first time I called, he answered, so I don't know, I'll sit here for a little bit more and try calling, but we'll see how it happens. Okay. I mean, it's probably the. Well, I don't know. I guess so. I'm sitting here calling, just messing around with the slate call, trying to tone it a little bit, just make sure it's sounding good still. And I just had plans to sit here for. It was 10:45. I had plans to sit here for another 15 minutes and then head back in. Well, I just happened to hear something to my right, and I look up on this other ridge and I see something that resembles a turkey, and I'm like, dude, that's a turkey. And I turn the camera towards it, turn it on, zoom in, sure enough, it starts moving. So I was like, okay, well, we're in the game. And I get the camera on the first one, and the next 2 or 3 start walking, and I zoom in on them, and I realized that they were jakes. Well, I watched them work down this hillside, get down in this valley. They came up over the top of me, and it got within probably 20 yards, and they just looked over here, and I'm not sure if they couldn't see the decoys, or they saw them, or they saw me. I'm really not sure, but I just hit the call just lightly a few times, and they went back the way they came from. Me at this valley, worked across me, got down in this valley, or down in this flat part right here in front of me, and just fed their way out. I just now lost them. They're probably 50 or 60 yards out now, working back towards the south, or the east. So it's pretty cool. All of them were jakes, though. There was one that had a beard on it that was probably 3 inches. Maybe could have shot him, but if you got to question it, then that's probably better to leave it alone. So it's pretty cool. I was hoping that they would see the decoys and come down here, and I would get some good footage of that, but I got some okay footage of them at least. So, and another thing, I'm sitting here recording them, and I look over my left shoulder, and there's freaking deer coming off this hillside here. There's one right now. As a matter of fact, there's a deer going back up into that hillside. Yep, it's working its way back through. So we had some gobbling this morning. We moved, and I struck a bird up from the road. He got quiet. I struck him up again and thought I had him coming in, but he ended up not coming in. So yeah, man, there's some deer over there. It's a young deer. One behind it's pretty big. Looks like they're fixing to start shedding that winter coat, get ready for summer. So it's 11:34. Got an hour and a half left, so see what happens. Well, it's a few minutes after noon, 12:06 to be exact, and I'm getting pretty hungry. I know my Grant's back at the cabin's getting pretty hungry, and nothing's responding to calls, and those jakes finally worked their way off, so I slid on out of there, and I guess we're gonna go grab something to eat. So I think that's gonna wrap up today's action, and gonna try again on Monday. Monday's gonna be a little warmer, so maybe those times will be gobbling a little bit better than they were today.